Guys and gals, it's Valentine's Day, and in celebration of this holiday, we're super excited to welcome one of our CFE couples, the amazing Jake and Christina Wengert from our 6 a.m. morning class. Super excited to welcome them to the newest episode of CrossFitter Games. Stick around.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
What is up, party people? It's Coach G from CFE. You know us, and you know on the podcast, occasionally we like to invite some of our CrossFitters on here to get to learn more about them and learn their stories. In honor of Valentine's Day, we are revisiting an old concept and trying to get to know some of our CrossFitters better. Today, we bring back CrossFitter Games between two members of our CFE community. Your stars today are Christina and Jake Wengert. Welcome, Christina and Jake.
Hey, thanks for having us.
We're super excited. Is this your first time on a podcast, guys?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because it took us a long time to get this set up. So we are new podcasters for sure.
Well, awesome. Hopefully, like more than anything else, I want you guys to have fun with this because it's supposed to be a fun and a kind of playful concept. To our audience out there at home, today's contest, we're going to start with some easy opener questions for Jake and Christina. Go into some relationship firsts questions. We'll launch into CrossFitter trivia and find out who knows CrossFit better, Jake or Christina. And then we'll let the winner of CrossFit trivia pick a couple of, just for fun, would you rather questions. So we embark on our CrossFitter journey right here. So I'll throw the first question over to Christina. Christina, how'd you guys meet? Tell us the story.
So we met in chiropractic school. Jake was a year ahead of me, and we kind of knew who we were. Like Logan is like grade school. So like you sit in the same classroom, you don't move, you make friends with people in the other classes. And so Jake, I feel like we kind of eyed each other, and then we were at a bar. It was called Electric Cowboy in St. Charles. And I think you bought me a beer, and I hate beer, so I tried to drink it. And you just kind of tried to make a move, but then I asked for his number because I think you were kind of shy. So that's how we met. We met in chiropractic, dated throughout, and now we're happily ever after.
Yeah.
I love it. So Jake, how long have you guys been together?
Together, we've kind of had a few of our a few breakups, I guess, when we first got together. But I guess total would be, what was that, 10 years or so?
10
Oh, wow.
A decade.
10 years in. Wow, 1 decade. We're a double digits now.
Right.
A decade.
Is really starting to show after these 10 years.
So how long have you guys been CrossFitting together?
Together, I would say 3 years. I think you've been doing it for 3 years, right?
3 to 4 together, but you've been doing a lot longer than that.
Yeah, I feel like I've been doing it for maybe 7, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah,
I think Christina started first, and then Jake joined the party a couple years after.
Yeah.
So now then, Jake, what is Jake Wengert's favorite CrossFit exercise? Like it comes up on the programming, and you're just like fist bump. I can't wait. What is that for you?
My biggest thing, I don't think I necessarily have one. I think it's more just endurance type stuff, especially the Saturdays if you're out running or, a lot of push-ups, back-to-back sit-ups, running again, that type of stuff. That's my favorite type of workout as opposed to the heavy lifts or something like that.
I think his favorite type of workout is the men's group at Golden Oak at 6 a.m.
His favorite workout is flapjacks.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome. What about you, Christina? What's your favorite CrossFit exercise?
I think I'm a pull-up gal. I can't do one right now, but I will again.
Which very understandable. So to our audience at home, Christina, would you like to disclose the reason you cannot presently do pull-ups? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh, no, I'm just pregnant. So hopefully in the next 7 months, I'll be back to doing pull-ups, but none for me right now. But those are my favorite.
I feel like that's the best reason ever to not be doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, congratulations, you guys. Super excited for you guys. Very, very cool news. Like, I love being a dad, and I'm really excited for you guys. It's the greatest adventure ever.
Thanks.
Love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now we're going to go into our relationship first questions, kind of like a game show format. So I think we just talked to Christina. I'll send this one to Jake. Jake, where did you go? What did you do on your first date with Christina?
Our first date was very relaxed at a froyo in Chesterfield. So we got frozen yogurt, and I can't remember what we got, but yeah, I remember that was it. And then we went out to we all had dinner with a bunch of our friends together afterwards, in like Harpo's or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think she thought I was into her after the first froyo experience that we had together.
I know I wasn't. I didn't really think he liked me very much, but I guess he did.
I guess.
So it sounds like it's kind of a crazy start. You guys have referenced St. Charles and Chesterfield a couple of times. Is that where Logan College of Chiropractic is? Is it out there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's in Chesterfield. So we lived there for 3.5 years throughout school.
I gotcha. Represent. All right, gotcha. So then, Christina, where was your first kiss?
This is like so high school, which Logan is like, I think it was in like Jake's basement at his house. He lived with it was like a frat house for the chiro guys. There were like 4 of them. Yes, it was. And I think it was just in his basement, like watching a movie or something, like totally like we're 16 years old.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
That's not right. No, I got the feeling for a second that maybe Jake remembers it differently, like there was a different. Is she right with this?
I don't remember the frat house vibe that she discusses. I think we kept it clean and we picked up after ourselves.
There was a hole in the wall.
That was the end of everything.
Frat house vibes.
Okay.
I can't judge because in our first CrossFit commercial facility back in the day, we had drywall. And shout out to Mayor Bob Marcus. This was like maybe before you guys were with us, but once Bobcat kicked up to a handstand, to do a handstand push the wall, and just kept going through the drywall. And so like we had this Bobcat shaped hole in the wall.
Bob, that's awesome.
You should definitely ask him about that if you ever next time you talk to Bobcat, because I promise he remembers that. That's probably one of his clearest CrossFit memories is going through the drywall.
That's so awesome. We'll have to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
All right. So Jake, who initiated the first time you guys held hands?
I'm sure it was me because she was super shy. Yeah. But I don't really remember like it was that with a lot of clarity.
No.
I'm sure it was me, but I don't know if we got a good knowledge of when that was.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see how well you guys remember this next one, because the next question is, what was your first big argument about? This is one of the most interesting questions we ask, by the way, on CrossFitter games. Like, we get some really, really fun answers from our CrossFitters with this one.
So she was a little flirt back in the day, and I think she was dancing with a guy at a bar, and I think I just left the bar. I got really mad. I think that was it.
He was so pissed. He like went out to his car and he was like, "What are we? Why are you dancing with that guy?" He wasn't very happy. I was just dancing. It's just innocent.
Yeah.
I'm really happy you guys are able to get past all of this to be together now, because you guys are awesome together now. So.
Thanks.
Now, again, going back into Jake and Christina history, the first gift that Jake ever gave to Christina is actually kind of fun to see who remembers this how. So, Jake, could you write down your answer? And Christina, you write down your answer to this question. And we're going to compare notes in a second here. No cheating and looking at each other's paper, but the first gift that Jake gave to Christina.
I might need like 30 seconds to think about this.
All right, then. Christina, do you have your answer?
No.
I remember. I got a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember at all.
I'll tell you what, Jake. Go ahead. Tell us what memory, how you remember it. Go ahead, Jake. How do you answer?
I say hand-me-down notes from school.
Oh my God, that's what I thought too.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So I was a year ahead, and like all the notes and like quizzes and stuff like that. I think I would always put them in a big binder, and I think I started to give it to her in school.
He's helping me pass my classes, Greg.
Does Christina owe you for being able to graduate from school, Jake?
So yeah, she kind of makes up for it now with her cooking and stuff now, though. So
That's awesome.
She now takes care of me.
Yeah, he took care of me. No, I was a good student.
I didn't say you weren't.
Okay, yeah, he did help me out though. He gave me all of his hand-me-downs, which is like super nice to have an older trimester give you their hand-me-downs because it's all the same stuff. So
For sure.
Probably did help me pass some classes for sure.
That's awesome. Now, what about the flip side of this, Christina? What's the first gift you ever gave to Jake?
Oh.
You guys could talk through this one if you like. I'm curious to know if you remember the same.
I don't know. You have to think.
What did I give you?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
This is so bad. I don't remember. I've got pregnancy brain, Greg.
Yeah. You can play that card all the way up and through the pregnancy.
I said I'd be your girlfriend.
Oh, that was a good gift.
That was
Nice save. Nice save, Christina. Nice save.
She said yes to that.
So then, what is your song as a couple? Like, is there a song that is like the wedding song? What's the song for Jake and Christina?
Well, not a wedding song, but we think it's hilarious when the Eminem song "Just Lose It" comes on.
Why is that?
It's just crazy and ridiculous, and we just think it's hilarious.
And we know all the words, so like when it comes on, like we'll listen to it on road trips, and we just like sing the whole song verbatim. I don't know why we love that song so much.
He just says, "Just lose it," and then he starts screaming. Ah! I don't know why.
That song is crazy. All right, guys, are you ready to go into CrossFit trivia?
Let's do it.
All right, so to our audience playing at home, we're going to give Jake and Christina a handful of CrossFit trivia questions, and then we'll have them write down their answer to that question on the paper. Then we'll have them both reveal their answer, and we'll keep tallies on who has got the most points for the most correct answers when it's done. The winner of this will get to pick the questions that we do in the Would You Rather piece. Right after it. So let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the questions on the screen. So to our audience at home, you can watch this if you're watching on the YouTubes. But bam, Jake and Christina, are you guys able to see the questions here?
Close here.
Yeah, that's good. That's better.
All right, great. So our first question, Jake and Christina, write down the answer when you have it. What is CrossFit? Is it A, core strength and conditioning program? B, constantly varied functional movement done at high intensity? C, an international fitness program for forging elite fitness? Or D, all of the above? Go ahead and write down your answer now. Jake, got your answer?
Yeah.
Christina, got your answer?
Yes.
All right, Jake, what did you write?
I said
D.
D. Christina, what did you say?
I put B.
B. The correct answer is D, all of the above. So, Jake, go ahead and mark 1 point for yourself. You are in the lead.
I just let
Jake is in the lead early. The correct answer is CrossFit is all of the above. It's a core strength and conditioning program The corporate definition of it is constantly varied functional movement at high intensity, and then it's also International Fitness Program for Forging Elite Fitness. Forging Elite Fitness was the original CrossFit tagline. A little bit of CrossFit history for you guys there. All right, next question. What's a chipper? A chipper in CrossFit speak, is it A, a mobility movement designed to increase ankle flexibility? Is it B, a hero WOD? Is it C, a sledgehammer movement where you hit a tire repeatedly with a sledgehammer? Or is it D, a workout or a WOD with many types of movements strung together and done only once, i.e. not for multiple rounds? Jake, do you have your answer, sir?
Yep, D.
Okay, you put B?
D as in dog.
D as in dog. Christina, what did you put?
D.
D as in dog is the correct answer. You guys both mark a point on your paper. We'll keep track as we go along. If we have our data right, Jake, you've got 2 points so far. Christina has 1. Is that correct?
That is.
Yes.
All right, cool. Question number 3. Who's the founder of CrossFit? Is it A, Dave Castro, B, Bill Henniger, C, Greg Glassman, or D, Rabdo the Clown? Go ahead and write your answer now. Christina, do you have an answer?
I put C.
You put C, Greg Glassman. Jake, what did you put?
I put A. I had no idea.
A, Dave Castro. The correct answer is Greg Glassman. Greg Glassman. And Christina has tied the game.
Tied it up.
2 points to 2, right? So to our audience at home, Dave Castro, the first person on this list, was the director of the CrossFit Games for many years.
I thought
that role is now run by somebody different, but Dave Castro is still involved in CrossFit as an affiliate liaison. He's a representative to the people in CrossFit world, and an awesome dude. I've met him. He's an amazing guy. Also a former Navy SEAL, if you didn't know that about Dave Castro. Bill Henniger is the founder of Rogue Fitness. If you've ever bought a jump rope or a barbell online, that's his company. Greg Glassman and Lauren Glassman, his first wife, they are the founders of CrossFit. And Rabdo the Clown was the original CrossFit mascot. If you've never seen it, Rabdo the Clown is a clown puking all over the floor. That was the original CrossFit mascot. Back in the days where CrossFit was a little bit more underground, a little bit more rough around the edges. A little bit of CrossFit history for you guys. Okay, next question here. This percentage represents what is traditionally the women's RX weight compared to the men's RX weight. And what we're saying here is typically in an RX workout, the men's weight is this, the women's weight is this. The women's weight is a percentage of the men's weight. What's that percentage? Is it A, 66%, B, 30%, C, 80%, or D, 110%? Christina, how did you answer?
I was trying to look at Jake's paper.
I'm not showing it.
Men's RX weight compared to men's. I'm gonna go with A.
So funny story. Math is not her strong suit. I always quiz her. She is always like, "How much longer until we get there?" And I said, "Well, if we're going 70 miles an hour and we have 20 more miles to go, it would take."
Really bad at math. I'll go with A.
I also went with A.
The A is the correct answer, 66%. Typically, the women's weight is 2/3 of the men's weight. Do you guys know why that is that percentage? This is getting into exercise physiology, guys.
No.
Do you know the answer?
No.
So for men and women of similar height, women typically have 2/3 the cross-sectional lead muscle tissue of their male counterpart, which then thereby their force production potential is typically 2/3 of the similar man's, which is why the women's RX is 2/3 of the men's RX. It's intended to level the playing field based on how much muscle tissue a female has compared to how much a male has. Now, that said, everybody's unique and different, and there's a lot of interpersonal variation. So it's not a hard and fast rule that a man always has more muscle than a female, but that is the rationale behind the RX. If you guys were ever wondering, that's it. There you go. Question number 5. Which of the following is a list of CrossFit Games champions? Only one of these groups of 3 are all CrossFit Games champions. Is it A, Graham Holmberg, Rich Froning, and Tia Claire Toomey? Is it B, Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet, Annie Thorisdottir, and Elizabeth Akinwale? C, Julie Fouché, Lindsay Valenzuela, and Dan Bailey? Or is it D, Talena Fortunato, Kyle Kasperbauer, and Matt Frazier? Go ahead and write your answer now. Jake, how do you answer?
I went with A.
He went with A, Graham Holmberg, Froning, and Tia Claire Toomey. Christina, how did you answer?
I also went with A.
You are both correct.
Yeah.
Graham Holmberg, Rich Froning, Tia Claire Toomey, all CrossFit Games champions. Interestingly, Graham Holmberg is the last man to beat Rich Froning in individual competition. I don't know if you guys were watching CrossFit back then, but Rich Froning was winning the CrossFit Games going into the very last event. And the very last event involved rope climbs. And Rich Froning realized and learned on the biggest stage in CrossFit that he did not know how to climb a rope. And Graham Holmberg did. Graham Holmberg won the CrossFit Games. Rich Froning went home angry about taking second place, learned to climb a rope, came back, and he's been winning ever since.
That's hilarious. I love it.
So you guys are both correct. If my memory serves, you each have 3 points. Is that correct?
Right, each have 4,
We
I
each
think.
have 4.
But yeah,
Yeah.
tied.
Tied.
Okay, tied up. Good deal. All right, so we're tied up going into question number 6 here. Question 6. This WOD, or workout of the day, requires the athlete to complete 30 clean and jerks for time. Which of the following workouts is 30 clean and jerks for time? Is it A, Isabel, B, Grace, C, Linda, or D, Cindy? As they're writing their answer to our audience at home, in CrossFit, we name workouts after people, which is why there's a whole host of workouts with girl names. Which of these girls is 30 clean and jerks for time? Christina, how do you answer?
I put B.
She put B, Grace. Jake, how do you answer, sir?
I said D, Cindy.
He said D, Cindy. The correct answer is Grace. Grace is 30 clean and jerks for time, and Christina retakes the lead. Or takes the lead, first time. First time takes the lead, right?
Yes.
Christina has taken the lead from Jake, so it's now 5-4. Is that right?
Yes.
My son Zai had just come back from.
Hi, Zai.
Hey, buddy.
My son just came back from CrossFit Kids. What'd you guys do today?
For lava, and then for the workout we did we did a sit up with
Med ball?
yeah, and then we pass it to our partner, and then after that we did ground it overhead while the other person was doing step ups, and then we switched. And then we did burpees, and I did one burpee, then Rohan did the other before, and then we kept going for 45 seconds on each.
That's awesome, buddy.
Awesome.
Was it fun? Okay. He likes the floor is lava better, he says. All right. So score is 5-4, right?
Yep.
Okay, guys. Next question in the trivia. All of these companies have sponsored the CrossFit Games except one. To put it another way, every single one of these famous corporate brands has been a sponsor of the CrossFit Games except for one. Is it A, Reebok, B, Rogue Fitness, C, Concept 2 Rowing, D, Nike, or E, Monster Energy Drinks? Go ahead and write your answer now. Does Jake have his answer?
Yep, I went with E.
He went with E, Monster Energy drinks. Christina, what did you say?
I picked E as well.
E. Ooh. Interestingly, Monster Energy drinks was one of the title sponsors for the CrossFit Games last year. Well, they were one of the main sponsors, and it was very, very controversial also.
Yeah.
Understandably so. Very controversial. But yes, Monster Energy drinks has been a sponsor of the games, as has Concept 2 Rowing, Rogue Fitness, and Reebok. The only one that has it, Nike. Nike's the only one that has it.
Darn
All
it.
right, guys. So we're still Christina's still 5-4. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. Next question. Lieutenant Michael Murphy
Oh, I got this.
is the inspiration for the Hero Wad Murph. He was a CrossFitter and is a member of this elite unit. Was it the Army Rangers, Marine Recon, the Navy SEALs, or Air Force Pararescue? Go ahead and write your answer now. Have you guys both got your answer written?
Mm-hmm.
Christina, how do you answer?
I put C, but now I'm second guessing. I think it was
Jake, what'd you put?
I also put C.
Guys, the correct answer is C. Lieutenant Michael Murphy was a Navy SEAL. You guys both get a point. Go ahead and chalk it up, guys. Does that make it 6-5 now?
6-5.
6-5. Christina's still holding on to the slimmest of leads. All right, well, this is the last question. So either Jake can tie it up or Christina can seal the deal. Guys, all of the following CrossFitters, sorry, all the following celebrities are CrossFitters except for one. Which of the following is not a CrossFitter? Is it A, Jessica Biel, B, Brad Pitt, C, Cameron Diaz, D, Ryan Reynolds, or E, Jason Statham?
Ryan Reynolds.
I don't even know who Jason Statham is.
Go ahead and write your answer now.
Guys, the best not the right. I need to
We've got some furious debate happening behind the scenes here. And my son is curious too. You can't say anything, puppy. You can find out in just a moment here, though.
I won't, but I'm like.
I'm gonna change my answer. Okay.
This is kind of for the win. So,
This is hard.
Jake, how did you answer?
I went with B, Brad Pitt.
It would be Brad Pitt. Christina, what did you say?
I went with C, Cameron Diaz.
Guys, all of these celebrities are CrossFitters except Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
That's what I thought.
Ryan Reynolds is the correct answer. He's not a CrossFitter, but Jessica Biel, Brad Pitt, Cameron Diaz, and Jason Statham are. Also, the gal that sang "I Will Survive," Gloria Gaynor, also a CrossFitter. Rick Ross, also a CrossFitter. A lot of famous CrossFitters out there in the world. But congratulations to our trivia winner for this episode. It is Christina Wengert. Congratulations, Christina.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, so up on the screen, you'll see a few options for some would you rather questions. These are some crazy different questions. Christina, can you see the 3 questions on the screen here?
Yes, I can.
I'd like you to choose one for yourself and Jake both to answer. Which question do you choose to answer?
Let's do number 3.
What is number 3, Christina?
Would you rather lose your keys or lose your cell phone?
Got it.
Keys.
What does Christina say?
I would rather lose my cell phone because I think that time away from the phone is nice and needed. So I would be totally fine with losing my cell phone, but I cannot lose my keys.
And Jake, what do you say?
I agree. I would also lose my cell phone because I could do without some screen time at times. I think it'd be actually good.
Do you guys actually check your screen time on your phones ever?
No.
No, but I feel like you're kind of bad about,
we don't check the actual time, but sometimes we're like, hey, you're on your phone too much. Let's put it away. But Yeah.
We'll be like each other's screen police. Maybe we'll do that.
I love that perspective, though. I think it is really healthy for all of us to move away from being on screens all the time. It's just super easy to do anymore.
Yeah, we agree for sure.
All right, Jake, I'll let you choose the next one here. Choose the next would you rather question. As he's considering these guys, to our audience at home, here are the options. Would you rather be homeless for a year or be in jail for a year? Would you rather have a head the size of a basketball or a head the size of a baseball? And would you rather have the ability to speak to animals or have the ability to speak 10 foreign human languages? Jake, which of these questions? Sure, we'll let them answer first. What question do you choose, Jake?
I think number 2, have the head the size of a basketball or the size of a baseball.
So between the two, Jake, which would you rather?
I'd rather have the head size of a basketball because I've already got the head size.
a lot of brain, a lot of thinking going on in there.
I've got the head of a basketball, and she's got the head the size of a baseball. We always say big head, little head.
I never thought of it that way before.
Big's got a big head. Lots of brains in there.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like this is like one of those things. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now everybody at 6 a.m. is going to think that. Oh my God.
He's got a big nose.
All right. Well, I want to thank the both of you guys for coming on here to join us for CrossFitter Games. It's been super fun hanging out with you guys.
Thanks you.
Greg.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
us. This was awesome.
That's fun.
Good times. If you guys out there in podcast listener land want to learn more, you can check out CFE on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all the podcasts. Platforms were there. And when you're ready, go to CrossFitEdwardsville.com. You can book a no sweat conversation, talk to a coach about what your unique CrossFitter journey looks like. Thanks again to Jake and Christina for coming to play CrossFitter Games with us. Thanks to our audience at home. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a beautiful and blessed day, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it, man.